Hello. Today we are talking to a man that has a very interesting thing going on in his life right now. He lives in Flint and he is the minister of music and worship arts at Divine Revelations Church. That's one thing. And two, guess what? He has the title role in Jesus Christ Superstar at the Midland Center for the Arts. That is an interesting juxtaposition. How is it working out for you?
It's working out really good. Uh,
Okay.
it's it's a lot. It makes my schedule busy
Yep.
with being a minister of music and then also working with the play. So it's keeping up with the ministries that I'm over here at the church, and then also trying to remember lines and songs. So I'm remembering songs for church, and then I have to remember songs for the play. So it's a whole lot of singing, but I love it. I wouldn't want to do anything else but what I'm doing
What
now.
made you want to do that role?
Well, actually, I wasn't expecting to be Jesus.
Oh,
What
okay.
what happened was my old voice teacher. His name is Mr. David Lindsay, and he sent me an inbox on Facebook, and he said, "Hey, there is an opportunity for you. I think it would be great." And then so I saw it, and I kind of ignored it at first because it was auditions. And then so I would say the next day, my actual voice teacher that I have at Saginaw Valley, her name is Elizabeth Gray. We call her Liz Gray. And she inboxed me too, said, "Hey, I have an opportunity for you. It will be good. I think you should try it." So then I clicked on it and I read through it. And I'm like, okay, this may be interesting. And so I've already seen the play before. I
Okay.
think 2018 when John Legend did it on
Oh
NBC.
yeah, on
So yeah,
NBC.
I saw it.
Yep.
I originally saw it then, and then so when they asked for me to do the part, and then when I found out that I would be playing Jesus, I'm like, okay, cool. I
Okay.
wasn't expecting that. I could be in the ensemble and I would be fine. So yes, it was amazing to be chosen to play the role. I didn't expect it, and I actually think that is such a high calling to be able to play the role itself.
What is? I'm going to ask both pros and cons. What did you learn about it, about Jesus, about yourself so far in doing it? That's good.
Okay, pros and cons. Let's see.
Yeah.
Pros that I learned in this role. I will have to say first, growing up as a Christian and reading the Bible, we're presented with Jesus um, as this as someone basically that was just loving, that was nurturing and compassionate. And come to find out with this role and looking at it through Judas' eyes, that Jesus was just as human as we were. So he experienced feelings that we experience to this day, whether if it was being sad, if it was being frightened or something. He experienced those feelings. How he dealt with the situation and how he dealt with those feelings, that's what separated him from being Jesus and from being different from his other followers. So that's one of the pros that I learned. I learned that it's okay to have feelings. Also, that's another pro that I learned with this role. Um, the cons, I, I, I can't even think of any.
Okay.
Everything,
Good.
everything has been just so positive and so um, giving in a way for I would say giving in terms of me just receiving knowledge, understanding about my own religion, about my own God that I praise, and just about myself. So I would really say I don't have any cons. I can't really say
Good. Okay.
there were any bad things about this role. Everything has been good. If it hasn't changed my life completely, um, yeah, I can't think of any cons at all.
The reason I sort of ask is this is its 50th anniversary. When it first came out, it met a lot of criticism because it
Yes,
did show him as more human and that he got angry. So
exactly.
you're not having a problem with it conflicting with your belief.
No, I'm not having
Okay.
any. I'm not having any conflicts with that. Just because my church, our pastor, he teaches us that we are human, and we do make mistakes, but we do have somebody that we can go to help us with these mistakes. And so, as as I play the role, I realize that more and more about myself. So anytime that I'm maybe feeling bad before I go to rehearsal, I just think about the character Jesus. What would he would do in this
Oh, okay.
situation? How
Yep.
would he feel in this situation? So lately, that's really been my question to myself. Anytime I
Ah,
feel something outside of being happy or being excited, then it's more like, okay, so how would Jesus deal with this? And so it has helped me. It has helped me with my own perspective of my own life and just life in general. Just asking that question of what would Jesus do? And so now that I'm in the role, I pay attention a lot more to how I how I how I carry myself and how I present myself to other people as well too.
oh, that interesting. From what my ears detect on that role, that is a difficult role vocally, correct?
It is. It is a
Yeah.
very challenging. It is a very challenging role. I was a little bit upset today at church because we're celebrating our 6-year church anniversary, and usually I'm always up singing with the praise team. But because of the play coming up and it's just a week away, I decided to go on a vocal rest, so that way I will
Ah,
be able to. Yeah, I'll be able to
yeah.
do the role and sing the role exactly how it should be. And so today it was such a challenging, it was such a challenge at church to sit there and watch other people sing and praise. And I'm like, quiet,
Quiet.
wanting to sing. So the
Yeah,
total
yeah,
opposite of what I am. I'm the one
yep,
that I get
yep.
up, I sing, and I be excited, and then I have to just kind of contain myself today. So that's the hardest thing about the role.
Well,
Not to participate in church.
and well, you'll probably have to do that during the run too, because it runs October,
Exactly. Yes.
August 20 to 22, and then 20. So you're going to have to be quiet for a couple of weeks, aren't
Oh, yes, yes, yes. 2 weeks. This is the most talking I have done today.
you? Have you been in music? And I should also say you're a student at SVSU in vocal
Yes,
performance and theater arts.
yes.
Have you been in musicals before? And if so, what ones?
I haven't been in any musicals. This is my
Ah,
very first
great, you froze.
school. Back in high school, I did a play. It was called Get Your House in Order. We actually did it for it was a class fundraiser for the 2005 class. And so the students wrote the play, they directed the play, and we did that play. I was in there. And then the next play, the latest play that I just did it was called Joan, the Girl of Art. I did that with
Oh, you
Saginaw.
were in that. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, that
Fun.
was
Yeah.
awesome. It was awesome. I was a part of the ensemble, and I was excited to be a part of the ensemble because it's such an important role. It's just as important as a lead character. So I was excited about that. And those were basically a lot of my plays that I was in. Everything else I've been just acting at home, singing and being in musicals at home.
Wow, you landed a biggie, didn't you?
I
You
did. I
really
did.
landed. So, was when they offered you the lead role, was there any, or did you just say, "Yeah, I'll do it"?
When I got offered the leading role, I immediately said yes.
Okay.
After I said yes, that's when the thoughts came through like, can I really do this? Like, am I really able to do this? And so once again, I talked to my pastor about it. Once I talked to him about it, and I kind of I felt so much better because he said this is something that you can do. This is something that you were born to do, and it is. And that's what I do. I sing. I worship at church, and so this basically it just feels like maybe just another Sunday of singing
I
at
I was reading some notes by your director, Emily Anderson, and she said she just watches you develop and just you're really into it and she's excited about it. So that's a good sign if your director likes you, right?
Yes, yes, yes. I love Emily. Emily is she's such a good director. She brings out the best in everybody. I remember I was getting ready. She was just giving me blocking for the title song Gethsemane. And we were working at rehearsal, and she was just telling me things that I could do. And just by her telling me, I could see it in front of me. I can see like myself doing exactly what she was telling me to do. And when I did it, it came together
Wow.
a
Okay.
whole lot better than what I was thinking in my own mind of blocking and things that I should do. And so she's just an amazing director. She knows how to really pull the best out of an actor.
Okay.
So she's really amazing. She's a thrill to work with.
So I understand from some pictures I've seen it's a little more contemporary. It's costume a little different. What are some differences, maybe?
Oh, it is very, very modern. It
Ah,
is up to date more than it was in 1970, I believe, when the musical first came out. The issues and problems that they had back then, we still have to this day. It's just modernized now, and so with with the pictures that you see is basically just showing you kind of just how it would be in this day and age, how Jesus
okay.
would be, how Simon could be, how Peter could actually be, how these different people, how Judas could be.
Ah,
It's showing you from then, actually now. This is 2021, so the um, the way that they look, the way that the characters are portrayed are
sorry, folks. We occasionally have a blip. Hopefully, he comes back to us. Okay, we had a little blip there. Hope are you back with
oh,
us?
that's
Yeah.
okay.
Okay. um, Now I understand. In addition to your church job, you also are a fitness trainer, and you were just hired at Saginaw Township for vocal work. What's
Yes.
that? What's that? What's that going to entail?
Yes, 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 yes. It's amazing. The funny thing is, one day how the fitness came about is that I was in a voice lesson and Dr. Gray, well, I'm sorry, Miss Liz Gray. I always call her Dr. Gray because she's getting her doctorates.
Right. Right.
But Miss Liz Gray, she told me one day. She said, "Oh, you're doing so good. Like, what else? What are you doing besides just practicing?" And the only thing I could think of was I was working out at the time. And so after that lesson, we got into a discussion of the benefits of working out and how it could help with singing. And so from there, I got into fitness. I got my personal trainer certification. And so what I wanted to do was to compare fitness and having vocal lessons and the training and techniques from vocal lesson, combining those two together to be able to help
Ah,
artists. Yeah, so it's kind of like
okay.
almost like an artist development type thing that I'm trying to bring forth is something so artists could have to develop not only their body but also it would train their voice as well too. So
Yeah, I would. Yep.
yeah, so combining fitness and voice lessons together is something that I'm trying to work out here to kind of just make my own imprint into the music business, the music industry. Um, and with that, it landed me the position at Saginaw Township Community Schools, which is amazing. I will be forever just in debt to the cast members there. It was one of the cast members. We were talking one day, and he asked me exactly what I wanted to do when I got older. Well, once I graduated from college, what I wanted to do, and so I was talking to him about it, and then he said, there's a good opportunity. I think that would be good for you. Here's the word opportunity again. And so I said, okay. And so he gave me the lady's number, and I gave her a call, told her who I was, and we began to chit chat. And she said, you know what? I think you'll be really, really great. Here's the information, apply for it. And I applied for it. And it was a month later that I finally heard anything back. So during that month, I'm like, okay, maybe they went with somebody else. And it's like, well, it's fine. I'm still in school. I'm still learning. I'm still getting training. So it's fine. And then I would say a week before opening night, so last Friday, I got a message from the lady, and she said, I was pleased to offer you the position as the vocal director. And I was so excited. I'm like, Lord, this is so much happening at one time. I have the leading role, and then now this is happening. So it's been so exciting. It's been a joy to just be with the cast members. They have really, really helped me a whole lot. I've learned so much from all of them because they're all good actors. They're all great singers, and they all bring something to the table that just makes this show what it is. So that's amazing. And
so what will the job entail in Second Township then?
Well, the job is going to entail. I'm going to be working with. It's kind of like an after school theater program.
Okay.
And yes, and so they have a couple of shows that they have coming this year. I know the first one will be Matilda, so I will be helping with the vocals on Matilda. So that's exciting to work with.
Okay.
Yeah, outside of that, I work with my own students with singing lessons and vocal lessons. So it's exciting to work with another group of students outside of who I already work with, the children that I already work with.
Now, here's a good question for you. You've got 3 children, ages 8, 6, and 2. Are they going to come? Are they going to come see this show? Because it is difficult.
They are coming to the show.
Okay.
My children, all of them are musicians. My oldest, he plays the drums. My 6-year-old, he's the singer and he plays the guitar. And my 2-year-old daughter, she sings. Every time she sees herself in the mirror, she stops, she dances, and she sings. And they practically know probably about 80% of the songs in the show now. So they're just excited. They're just as excited as I am to come and see. And they love What's the Buzz. Definitely, my 6-year-old, he sings it all the time. So yes, I know it's going to be difficult, but I want them to see it because this is something that their God went through. This is something that their Jesus went through. And so with bringing them up and raising them to be Christians, I don't want anything to be watered down for them. I want them to be able to see exactly, this is what Jesus went through. This is what happened. This is how he felt. So that way they'll have an understanding growing up as children that it's okay to have feelings. It's okay to be different. It's okay to stand out. It's okay to follow Jesus. It's okay to do that. You don't have to be like the world and be like everybody else and follow the norm. You can actually be different and be okay with it. And so I think that shows that. So I would definitely want my kids to see that and not have to.
Mom's job is going to have to be to make sure they're not singing out loud, right?
Oh, yes. And my wife is a singer too, so I'm not for sure if she will be able to be quiet. She might be singing too. She knows just probably about 80% of the show too. I listen to it every day in the car, every day at home. So yeah, it's always playing, it's always on.
So to remind people, it is August 20 through 22 and 27 through 29. It's outdoors, which will also be a challenge for your voices. Outdoors, unless it rains, then it goes inside. Midland Center for the Arts. Anything else you want to say?
No, I just hope to see everybody there. Get your tickets because they are going fast. And I just would love to see everybody there.
Okay. Thank you for your time and enjoy your first starring role.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.